why do people dress? Do they dress for themselves? Do they dress to impress
Yeah. I mean,
outside?
all in all, all in all, I think it's a mixture of things, you know. I mean, we've already said that it can signal things about your identity, helps you explore yourself, helps you explore your creativity, release that creativity. But it also helps you create an image of yourself and get certain types of attraction or make certain statements that might benefit you socially or in other ways, right? So there's a lot of motivations flying around the place when it comes to what you dress, and so I don't think it's not as easy to say it's one or the other.
Definitely not.
It's a
But
mixture, but
I would heavily lean on the side that you dress for other people.
yeah, yeah. Because in
Which in
reality,
turn goes back to you, of course. But
yeah,
the it's for it's for other people to look at you.
it is.
It's not for
It
you
is.
to look at yourself.
And honestly, it's interesting because I just thought of something. The internal sort of benefit that you get from, like, buying clothing, that wears off very quickly, but you know that that external effect that, you're being perceived in a certain way is going to last. And so for me, I definitely do think, with certain things, I probably do think more about, okay, what's this going to say about me?
I mean, I think people find it hard to admit because you're essentially it's linked to an ego. It's linked to like a connotation of just self.
You're basically admitting that you're somewhat shallow.
Exactly. Well, yeah, but also, what's the word for when you only care about yourself?
Um, what self-centered?
Yeah, to some extent. That's
Yeah,
those sorts of words float
yeah,
around the
yeah,
idea
yeah,
that
yeah,
if
yeah.
you buy
Oh, what,
clothing for other
narcissistic?
people, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't I don't want to turn this into another debate, but I've had a conversation with some. They tend to be girls who, if you were to question them about their attire, they would say that they dress for themselves. they, they yeah,
that's a rat cat, boy.
they they dress for themselves, and it's also guys. It just
Yeah, yeah.
tends to from
Girls will
my
love
experience,
saying
it
that,
tends to
man.
be more about the girls, and I just
Yeah,
I think you're doing yourself a big disservice by lying about it. I think it's entirely. I think
yeah,
you can say that by dressing in a way so that people perceive a certain image of you, right? Then you internally feel better.
yeah,
But that wouldn't happen unless you cared about
yeah.
the way
No, exactly.
people look at you. So I think it boils down to that. And realistically, if either one of us or any one of us and any of the girls that I mentioned, I can't speak for them, but I think if we were deserted by ourselves in any place in the world and we were by ourselves, we wouldn't wear tracksuits when we have to, I don't know, climb a mountain or in specific environments. You wouldn't wear heels when it's cold. You wouldn't. You would wear what makes sense in the moment due to the environment, or you might not even wear anything at all. And I think the argument of I dress for myself in this particular way suddenly goes out the
It's
window.
it's it's a weak argument, man, and it's one that, like, it doesn't make sense because it's easy to poke holes in as well.
Yeah, and but the other thing is that if you approach and if you think about the conversation the way we have about all the different reasons, right? In fact, that's the responsibility, the first impression, the overall impression. It makes sense that it's not about you. It's not about it's normal and it's completely fine that
Yeah,
it's about the perception that you get, and it's about how you want people to look at you.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it actually makes me think of this. Like, the responsibility thing has come through. We have to be really clear about that because what you wear doesn't just affect you. Yeah, maybe it's your favorite way of expressing you, but everyone has to see it, or other people have to see it. And the way you dress not only represents you, but represents all your groups that you affiliate with, whether it's your family, your school, your workplace, your team, whatever it is. people your age that live in your area, you know, like, so you've got a responsibility, you know, and
Unfortunately, most people throw away that responsibility, and then if something happens, they say it's unfair.